Welcome back to the news at 10. Motorists and commuters plying the route leading in and out of Ikorodu town in Lagos State have had to cope with the horrors of traffic congestion. Now, many of them have had to leave their homes as early as 4 a.m. for their destinations or risk getting caught up in the gridlock for at least 3 hours. Well, our correspondent Adeshewa Josh, who monitored traffic in the area, reports that the situation can indeed be stressful.
The traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge is reputed to be the most notorious in Lagos State. But that almost pales into insignificance when you encounter the dreadful Ikorodu traffic that holds commuters hostage for at least 3 hours every day.
I have passed 12 years, but now, let's thank God that this road is all right a little bit now.
In 2006, when the national census was last conducted, the Ikorodu population was nearly over 500,000. But from all indications, this area has grown from being just a suburb in Lagos. However, its main access road is yet to catch up with its transformation into a bustling city.
When you want to go to your house now, before you reach your house around 11 or 12 every day because of the narrow of the road. So the government is supposed to help us and widen the road. Even the construction company that are doing the road now to widen the road. Because when you want to do them once and for all, nobody say you go do them tomorrow, we think that we come and do it again. When you want to do it, you're supposed to do it once and for all.
Lagos' population has been forecast to more than triple its current size in about a decade. A well-planned road construction on this axis will not only bring respite to the Ikorodu residents, but will serve as an alternative route to Lekki, Epe, Shagamu, Biniore, up to the east. Adeshewa Josh, Channels Television News.
Well, an initiative that could help in ending the incessant clashes between herdsmen and farmers in parts of the country has received a boost with the injection of 10 billion naira into the project by the federal government. The fund is for the implementation of the Great Green Wall environmental program aimed at stopping desertification in the northern part of the country and grazing areas for herdsmen. The Minister of Environment, Laurentia Laraba, who spoke at a news conference in Abuja, explained that the initiative will also help to check cases of communal clashes. Well, more trouble appears to be brewing for the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Malam Sanusi Lamido, after a federal high court sitting in Abuja has ordered him to appear before it in a suit filed by some aggrieved shareholders of the defunct Intercontinental Bank of Nigeria. Ruling on an ex parte application filed by Mr. Chris Uche on behalf of one Abdullahi Sani and two others, Justice Abdul Ramat Mohammed ordered the service of the originating summons on any adult in the office of the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria or on the notice board of the bank. The plaintiffs in their originating summons, supported by a 7-paragraph affidavit, want the court to determine whether the suspended CBN governor did not act fraudulently by deliberately strangulating the banking operations of Intercontinental Bank to the detriment of the plaintiffs as shareholders. They are therefore praying the court to declare the sale of Intercontinental Bank by Mr. Lamido Sanusi as unlawful, fraudulent, and of no legal effect whatsoever. Joined in the suit as defendants are the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Securities and Exchange Commission. Justice Mohammed subsequently fixed the suit for May the 14th. All right, we move straight on to business news, and here's Joke Rogers. Joke?
Thank you, Ijoma. Here's some business news for you. Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee has left its benchmark rates at 12% for the 15th time, but tightened the cash reserve requirement on private sector deposits by 300 basis points to 15%. The committee took the decision after its two-day meeting ended in Abuja. Acting Central Bank Governor Dr. Sarah Alade told the news conference that while the nation's inflation rate is stable, she is concerned over the non-development of the nation's industrial sector. Well, Managing Director of Zenith Bank, Godwin Emefiele, will be screened for the position of Central Bank Governor on Wednesday, March the 26th. If confirmed, he will replace suspended Governor Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as the boss of the Apex Bank. The second nominee, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, will seek confirmation from the Senate for the position of Deputy Governor. The President had on February the 20th presented the names of both men to the Senate for the top jobs at the bank. Nigeria will become the largest economy on the African continent once a regulation or recalculation of the country's GDP boosts the value by 40 to 60%. However, amidst this lucrative economic status, a majority of the nation's population still face the challenges of insecurity and poverty. At the 2014 Nigeria Summit, powered by Tisilat, participants looked for ways to create a discourse that will pave the way for greater prosperity. Our correspondent, Olu Phillips, reports.
With a population of over 160 million people and still growing, Nigeria, by every strand of ideology, remains a country with huge potential for growth. So on this occasion, like several recently, experts are looking more into how partnerships and sound policies can help.
We need to have an environment where we know laws will be applied, people will be held accountable, and justice will prevail.
You have billions of naira, hundreds of billions of naira sterilized in central bank as cash reserve requirements, both on private sector deposits and on public sector deposits. That's good for managing the flow of money and exchange rate in the system. However, the implication of that, and I'm talking from a very practical perspective, the more of those funds you sterilize in the central bank, the less is available for lending to the real sector of the economy.
First, government probably need to concentrate on doing more to create a more friendly environment for investment.
Infrastructural development, policy direction, and more so, telecommunications revolution remain critical. And Etisalat Nigeria says it is proud to be galvanizing this discourse.
We're now over 18 million customers in Nigeria and seen as having the best network. But of course, our growth is very, very linked to the growth and the prosperity of Nigeria. So we're delighted to sponsor an event like this that pulls together not just Nigerians, but also other people from other parts of the world who have some great experiences on how to grow and develop countries.
Oil economy has been very important for Nigeria, but it's crucial that Nigeria diversifies beyond that. Telecoms are one of those enabling technologies that allow other development to happen. So
above and beyond the challenges Nigeria faces is the inherent opportunities opened. People and institutions must insist on pressure for competence and standards. Linkages must be created between resource and social prosperity. Even much more, the rule of law should prevail, and Nigeria will be better for it. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
Finally, Nigeria's key broad index jumped 0.34% on Tuesday. Sell pressure eased at the equities market. Gains by market heavyweights pushed the all-share index northwards to also record a market capitalization of 12.1 trillion naira. Bisi Koka has more.
Hello there. Welcome to the Stock Market Reports. Sell pressure eased at the Nigerian equities market today as gains recorded by some market heavyweights pushed the all-share index northwards. The key broad index jumped by 0.34% to 37,728.50. In the same vein, market capitalization grew to 12.12 trillion naira. Tuesday's gainers include Guinness, Dangote Cement, and 40 oil. Now on the flip side, 7up gave up 1 naira from its share price to lead 23 other stocks that got a cold shoulder from investors. Banking stocks continue to dominate on the volume chart, with Zenith Bank falling the highest number of shares. When the closing bell rang, volume came in higher at 273.25 million units, valued at 2.56 billion naira in close to 5,000 deals. And those were today's figures. I am BC Koka.
Thank you, Bissy. That's it on Business News. On the news at 10, we'll leave you with those other markets from around the world before Ijoma returns with the rest of the news.